Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chemistry with Professor John. But today we're doing organic chemistry. This is Organic Chemistry 1. That's Chem 281. All right, for organic, okay. Now, for so far, we have discussed chapters 1 and 2, and the key concepts are the Lewis structure, uh, isomer, including structural isomer and geometric isomers, resonances, functional group, acid base, and hybridization, so on and so forth. Okay, those are the few, most of the key concept. Now for chapter 3 and 4, that was on alkane and cyclo. Okay. Okay, that's including naming, structure, a couple of reactions. Okay, so those are the key topics for those chapters will be on exam 1. Okay, and it'll be 35 to 40 multiple choice questions and a few free response. Okay, plus bonus. Okay, now let me give you guys a few practice questions. Okay, number 1, name. Okay, so let's say we have substituted alkane like this. How do we name this? Okay, the most important thing is to figure out the longest continuous carbon chains and number the carbon starting on one end, the end or the size that's closer to the first branch. If there's a tie between two sides, then you look at the second branch. If there's more branches, okay, the same distance but more branches, then you go for that side. Okay, like we're gonna go 1 2. Okay, if we go over here, it would be 1 2 and 3 when we hit the first branch, so that's not good. Okay, so on the right side is not good. Okay, now 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, so that's the longest one. So we're going to circle the branch, and that's another branch, that's another branch, and that's a branch. Okay, so this should be a 2-bromo, okay, and then 6-chloro, alphabetical order, and you got 3,5-dimethyl. If one carbon branch is called methyl. And this has a 8 carbon total, so it's octane because it's got 8 carbon total. Okay. Okay, if you have so if you have 2 branches over here and you only have 1 over here, even though it's a BR, okay, so that's alphabetical order, that's a winner, but that's only 1 branch over here, but there's 2 over here, and they both the same, 1, 2, or 1, 2, you guys see? So we rather start on the left side because the distance wise, the first branch is on number 2, but second branch also number 2, and there's no second branch over here. Okay, so we're gonna go that way, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when you write the name, you still have to put the bromo first. That's alphabetical order, and then 2, and you have another 2 because you have 2 methyl, dimethyl octane. Okay, so that's naming. Now here's another one. Okay. Now there's a lot of branches on this side, but one of these carbons got to be number 1. Okay. So that put the first branch on number 2, because if that's 1, that's 2. So you got a branch here and you got a branch here. Got a branch right here. That's 1. That's not a branch, but that's a branch. See, chloro is a branch, methyl is a branch, and this is number 1. Okay, carbon. Now that looks pretty tempting because there's a lot of branches on the right side, but on the left side, number 1 is bromo. That's a winner. That's the closest one. So we're gonna take that off. 2, that's a methyl. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, one bromo. So it will be 1 bromo and 6 chloro, alphabetical order, and we got a methyl number 2 and methyl number 6. So it's 2,6-dimethyl, and this is 7 carbon total, so that's a heptane. All right, that's a 1 long name. Yep. Okay. Next we got All right. Where do we go? Number one. Okay, this one is interesting. I'm going to put one here because that's one chloro, first branch. When we put one over here, you got the bromo 2, but when you put number 2, you got another branch. On the left side, if you put one there, you got a bromo, but if you put number 2 here, that's no branch. Okay, so that's why we got to go on the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, all right. That's just because the second branch is on number 2, and the other, if you start on the left side, it would be 1 on the bromo, but 2, that's nothing. All right, so this should be a 6 bromo, even though its name is numbered later, but it's still gonna come first because it's alphabetical order. 1 chloro, 2 4 dimethyl, and there's a total of 6 hexane. Okay. All right, so all that. Let's do one with a cyclo. Number 2, cyclo. So we got another cyclo, and yeah, something like that. So obviously we got a hexagon, that's a cyclohexane, and we're gonna treat this as a branch, and that's another branch. So we got isopropyl and cyclopropyl. So obviously 1, 2. So 1 cyclopropyl, and then 2 isopropyl. So C come before I. C for cyclopropyl. I is for isopropyl. And this is a cyclohexane. Okay, now this number 3 is very interesting. There's 2 questions on number 3. One is to name it. Okay. Actually, we're not responsible for naming. But we can do it if we want to. Okay, now this one, if you notice that there's a methyl and there's a hydrogen, you switch them. You take the methyl, you put on, connect to the oxygen, and hydrogen will fill in the carbon where the methyl is bonded to. So these two involve changing the structure, breaking the bond here and form somewhere else. So therefore we call this a structural isomer. Structural isomers. Okay. All right. Now we can probably name this one because this one is an alcohol. We can also identify the functional group. That would be a good thing to do. This would be an alcohol in terms of functional. This will be an alcohol, and this one right here should be an ether. Alcohol because it's got the OH. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. Be able to identify functional group. Okay, another good example that you got a cyclopropane and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got a Cl and you have a Br right here, for example. Okay, you got a cyclopropyl, and then you also have a 5-carbon, but it's a lot easier to make that a branch, and then you put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You use hexane as a main one, so that would be 1 cyclopental, 3 bromo. Oops, sorry about that. Alphabetical order, so that's wrong. Alphabetical order, bromo's gotta go first, and then cyclopental and chloro, which one go first? 4 chloro, CH, and then 1 cyclo, so CY, pental, pentane. Okay, so 3 bromo, 4 chloro, 1 cyclopental pentane. Pentane is the 5 carbon. This has got 5 carbon. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. And next video we'll have more practice questions. Good for exam 1. Okay, or whatever you do, you know, it's good for it's a good check for understanding. Okay, so I would suggest you to draw those structure on a piece of paper or on a notepad, and try to come up with a name yourself, or try to come up with a request the information yourself, and then check the answer key, check the answer here. Please let me know if I make any mistake here. Well, thank you guys. See you in the next video.